What is going on, everybody? We already have one. Thumbs down Frank was already here.
Well, we just got here, so I don't know what they don't like.
Yeah, I don't know what they don't like because we got here because we were late. Oh, that's probably why. Because we were a couple seconds late. Welcome to the Dylan Talks Tone live Q&A that we do every Thursday night. Couple things. We don't have sponsors on this channel, so there will be some links in the description. If you use those links, it helps out the channel. Dylan Talks Tone, obviously, is the number one thing. Go there and buy pickups, DylanTalksTone.com, which we're actually going to talk about something in a minute as well that's really cool with that. Also, StuMac is down there. Sweetwater is down there. People keep asking about my dad's book, so that's actually down there. How to learn guitar theory. My dad wrote a book about it many years ago, and now it's just one of the best books you could ever buy. And there's an Amazon link to that down there. And since people don't like my shorts, there's a link to 511 Tactical, because 511 Tactical is like, well, if you're going to wear our shorts, you might as well have an affiliate link. You can get other things there, like really good underwear, really good socks, and really good shirts, and really good pants if you are insecure about your missing leg day. I am not.
What if somebody was missing a leg?
Oh, if they had a missing leg day?
Missing leg day. Like.
Well, I mean, they have the zip-off ones. Anyway, there you go. So, if you have guitar questions, get over there in the comments section, in the chat thing right over here, and put a bunch of question marks in front of it. Use a super chat. If you use a super chat, we will... Why is there pickup wire always stuck in my socks?
That is a great question.
It is a great question. Look, see, there's more.
Vacuum more.
I know. If you use a super chat, we'll drop what we're doing and we'll answer your question right away.
Oh, you mean like the one we're missing right now?
Oh, well, I guess. Look at that.
My bad. Because Van Shank Guitars already sent a super chat. Thank you, Van Shank Guitars. And he said, I kind of like that spiky-haired troll in the thumbnail. Should make a cool shirt. Except you use trolls, which is copyright, I'm sure. Did you use the movie troll?
No, I did not use the movie troll. I did
it.
find a graphic that was... Yes. Anyway, thank you. And thank you for the super chat. Van Shank Guitars, and he just showed you how to do it if you haven't ever done it. So thank you so much.
Haven't ever done.
Couple things before we get started into the questions from Patreon. Also, we want to thank our Patreon supporters. There's going to be a bunch of questions that people asked over on Patreon. If you know, you know, or if you're a YouTube member down below, that's what supports the channel as well. So we'll get to their questions in here in just a few minutes. But we have a new shirt. Huh?
Go ahead.
So, I was going to show them our new shirt. There's also a link to this in the description. And I'm pretty excited about it. Because Leslie designed this last night. So,
Last night?
Or maybe a couple days ago. This is a DTT shirt. Speaking of stealing designs. There's another...
That's hand-drawn.
That was hand-drawn, really? Like you did it from scratch, huh?
I mean, what...
It's pretty cool.
A D is not an M.
Well, it's true. And there's no V.
Yeah. And the T had some inspiration.
It did. It did. So there you go. There's that. And we've got a couple other versions of that if you like that one. So you can collect all four. So there you go.
You didn't upload all four, though, right?
Nope. Just the first one. Just the first one. The other thing I want to mention, too. Somebody just ordered a set of P90s. And I guess I forget about a couple of things, and this will be the end of how to support Dylan Talks Tone, and we'll get into this stuff. But this stuff happens every once in a while, and it surprises me, and I just want to thank you for it. The super thanks thing on regular pre-recorded videos, it's like leaving a super chat on just regularly watching a normal video. I forget that that's there, and then every once in a while somebody does it, and I really appreciate it. And then the other thing that somebody did it tonight. They ordered a set of P90s and they left a tip. And I was like, I forgot it even did that. And then I see it every once in a while and I'm like, wow, thanks, man. I appreciate that. They might just like round up to the next $10 or $5 or whatever. I don't know how it works because I don't see it from the order side. But wow, thanks, man. I appreciate that very much. I just want to mention that to the person who did it. And if you've done it in the past and I didn't notice, I'm sorry, because the way I see it from my side, I don't always notice it. It's just kind of where it is in the little, fine print stuff. But thank you for doing that. That's pretty neat.
Well, people don't like you talking about yourself, so I don't know why they're here. We have 3 thumbs down now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, 4.
Well, you know what it is?
I don't know what it is.
There's 2 things. It's because we haven't talked about what's in the thumbnail, and we will. And those thumbs down people are going to like what I'm about to say. It was inspired by a Patreon question, and I think it's an important question to talk about. And if you don't like talking about how we support this channel before we get into our content, then go somewhere else, because these videos don't make themselves. That camera didn't buy itself. This internet didn't buy itself, and these lights don't stay on for free. Things, just because you consume it for free doesn't mean it doesn't cost money. And so the folks that usually hang out with us on a weekly basis, I really appreciate you. And support the channel and stuff and buy pickups and all that. I really appreciate y'all. And I've made friends with a bunch of you, and we will continue to do that. It's really, really neat.
So before we move on, just, to elongate this conversation, Jeffrey Egan said, tactical underwear?
Dude, they're so good. And they even say, always be ready on the waistband.
Which infer as you wish.
Yes, just do what you want with that.
And Rusty Shackelford said, hey, Dylan, I got my new ball sack shaver. Thanks for the promo.
I really should get a sponsorship from them because I do like that thing. I do have it, but I do not have a deal with them. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into some of these questions, and then we will get down to this internet troll thing for all you thumbs down Franks out there. I think it's an important thing. The way it was brought up in a question today, I thought it was very good. So we will discuss it.
Sorry. Making sure I don't lose my place.
Oh, no problem.
Van Chain Guitars, thanks again for the super chat. Push the
wrong button.
All right.
Here we go.
Robert says, hello, Leslie and Dylan. I received my soap bars today.
Excellent.
Thank you. I ordered them on August 18th, and they shipped on August 28th. I don't see how anyone could complain about that. Here's a dumb question. How should I send pictures to post with the reviews on your site? Oh, by the way, no rehearsal tonight, so I'll be live with everyone. Lucky me. I already said hey to him, too.
Well, thanks, Robert. I think when you just submit the review, you click the little thing to submit the review, there's a way to upload pictures. Again, that's not a thing that I see on my side, so you'll just have to check it out. But I'm pretty sure it's in there because people have uploaded pictures and videos and stuff. It's kind of a cool thing on the website to go look at all the... I mean, people have been submitting reviews since we put that up, and it's been really great. So.
Like, immediately.
Immediately, yeah. And showing pictures and videos and sounds, and it's really cool stuff. Thank you for the question.
Rob.
Different Rob.
Well, the last one was Robert. This is yeah. Rob.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Leslie and Dylan. I wish to change pots, Alpha to Born, and add a third to my son's 3/4 scale Strat. What type of bits will work best with my drill press to widen the 2 existing holes in the pickguard, as well as drill a third? Any additional guidance from you and or the DTT community is appreciated.
I personally use a stepper bit because if you use a regular drill bit, it will grab especially when you're trying to make a hole bigger, the drill bit will grab the sides of the pickguard and it will gnarl it all up. Even if it's really sharp. I have a brand new set of drill bits and it still kind of does that. So I use a stepper bit. You can get a cheap one at Harbor Freight for $8 or $9, $12 or whatever. And for pick guards and doing the kind of work that we do on this stuff, that'll be just fine. You don't need to buy a fancy one. And it's 3/8. The hole is 3/8 for a Bourne's pot. So you just look on there and see which step is 3/8 and just boop, 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 boop down to it, and it'll make it the right size. And then you can also use that once you center punch where your third hole is going to be. You can just go do down to 3/8, and it'll do it, and it'll work pretty well. That's what I use. Center punch, like our pickups. Yeah.
Charles, I just want to say thank you for always being honest and positive. Hope to make the live tonight.
Thanks, Charles. I appreciate that. Thank you for your question. And I did get another one from somebody else who said, hey, I sent you an email. He's like, this isn't really a question for tonight, but I wanted to bring it up anyway because he sent me an email this morning because he's like, hey, what if you did this project about this particular guitar? I'd buy it when you're done. And arrange all that stuff so that we could do, and it's a Les Paul, like an Epiphone Les Paul project on a Slash. So it'd be super fun. So I got your email, and we will talk about the details to get that done. Because doing a Les Paul project on the channel, Epiphone Les Paul project on the channel, will be fun. It'd be great. So even though he said this isn't a real question for tonight, but I did want to acknowledge that. It's a neat idea. We talked about it before, but now I think it's going to become real.
Shane, thoughts on KDH? I personally don't think the guitar world needs a TMZ expose channel. He is basically trashing people's reputation for clicks.
Oh, this is good. This is what our whole thumbnail is about, and I want to talk about this, and I want to get y'all's thoughts on it too. Can we get the super chat first, and then we'll come back to this? Yeah.
Shane, you get double exposure. Super chat. Super chat from Doug Santinello. Thank you for the super chat, Doug. Should I wait for your version of the under pickguard bridge pickup? And can you do a pre-wired teleplate? It's for Johnny Switchblade. He said neck, not bridge.
Neck. Yeah, shoot me an email and we'll get you something made. Yeah. We can work on that. Yep. Cool.
All right. Let's pop back over to
Let's
Shane.
put that question up again. We don't need to leave it up for the whole time because this is kind of what we want to talk about. But for those of you who don't know who KDH is, he's a dude with long hair and thick glasses on the internet. He's the one, if you will recall, made a big deal about Rob, the British dude with the guitars. Anyway, Chapman. And then I did a video like, why are people bagging on Chapman so hard? Trying to be. So KDH is the one that like, quote unquote, broke that story. And Shane is right. He has a tendency. This is a trick question. This is an interesting trick question because I don't want to be the person to like bag on KDH. He has a thing that he does. So my thoughts on KDH. I personally don't think the guitar world needs a TMZ expose channel. He's basically trashing people's reputations for clicks. So,
I mean, how many people have businesses doing that though?
It's a lot. Personally, that's not how I roll.
If it's truth.
If it's truth. If it is truth. If it's real.
Yeah.
Personally, that's not how I do it. But I also feel that it's important to be able to have opinions about things. Yeah. If somebody does, so let's talk about clickbait and let's talk about trolling on the internet and how we handle it around here. And I want to get y'all's thoughts on it too. This is just an interesting subject because it's all about the guitar community, right? So I don't ever do anything clickbait. And people accuse me of it. But here's how I determine that. Here's why I say that. I don't do clickbait stuff because I'm not trying to get you to click on a video to just hate on something or whatever. I am genuinely interested in the thing that I'm making the video about. So if it's carbon fiber guitars versus wood guitars, if it's urethane paint versus nitrocellulose, I'm genuinely interested about these things. If I dive into some controversial tone wood subject, I'm genuinely interested about figuring it out. It's not about the click. So I personally would not structure my channel the way KDH does, because I think that puts you in, like this question is evidence of this, it puts you in a circle of negativity, I guess. You know, people might look at you negatively and you might have to live in this negative world, and I don't want to do that, you know?
Yeah, so it's personality.
Yeah. However, he has brought up some very interesting things and some very important things that people need to know.
Somebody's got to talk about it.
Somebody has to talk about it. Somebody has to bring it up.
I don't even know what he's talking about, but...
Yeah, I mean, and he says, well, maybe he's trashing people's... So, here's the question. Is the motivation for making the video to be mean to somebody or to trash on somebody or to literally to get clicks by trashing on somebody? I don't personally agree with that way of doing things. But if his motivation for making the video, and I don't know him, so I can't assume. You know, I don't want to assume anything. And this is not me being like, I have to be careful what I say, otherwise he's going to make a hate video about me.
We literally don't know him.
I don't care. If he made a hate video about me, I'd probably get like way more views. So I don't, you know what I mean? I don't care. So,
it would go ahead and dispel the theory, though, because he wouldn't be doing it for clickbait.
No.
Because you're not that popular.
Because I'm not that big. Exactly. If his motivation is because he wants to share stuff that nobody else, and really dive into things, and, you know, if this dude actually is a jerk, there are people who affect their purchase decisions and stuff based on, you know, whether the guy tips well at restaurants, or whether he doesn't like certain kinds of people, or whether he said something bad when he was 5 years old. You know, like, there are people that those things are important to. I'm not going to disrespect those people. If they want to make those decisions based on all that kind of like dirt, if you will, then that's what you do. You know what I mean? If he's trying to expose all that stuff and help people make decisions, then, you know, that's fine. I don't think I'll do that. I won't do that. And when we make stuff on our channel that is sort of clickbaity, it's literally because I think the subject is interesting and I want to share it with you. One thing we don't do is we don't make the title about something and then never talk about that thing. We don't do that. Will I do it in the first 2 seconds and make everybody who thumbs down Frank this video happy? Absolutely not. You know why? It's called watch time retention. It's as old...
An introduction.
Exactly. It's community building, it's watch time retention, it's all the things. If you complain because we don't talk about a subject soon enough for your liking, then you are impatient. End of story. Because David Letterman, Johnny Carson, 60 Minutes, Murder, She Wrote. I mean, they never told you who the killer was before 8:45 on Sunday nights. I mean, you just kind of knew that. You didn't, Angela Lansbury didn't say, you know, this is the person that killed him at 8:05. They didn't do that. Like, this is how it works. Like,
60 Minutes drove me insane. Because they always had a great story I wanted to see.
Yep.
And then you just knew. It didn't matter what it was. Like, my taste varies greatly. But whatever I wanted to see was always last.
oh yeah, right before Andy
Always.
Rooney.
I don't know who that is.
Andy Rooney was the funny guy. See, you know. Anyway, and this brings me to why people watch videos. So we're talking about trolls. I have noticed some things. Oh, super chat.
We actually got a super sticker from Patrick Jean LeBlanc Hardy.
Thank you.
It says, pair character punching the air with fist and bump written on his knuckles.
Excellent.
That's what he looks like.
Nice.
Little dancing pair.
Before I get into my little rant about the
You want to hear
internet
what people are
trolls,
saying?
yeah, I want to know what they're thinking
because
about
there's
this.
some good comments related to this.
I want this to be constructive to the community. You know what I mean? And
Let me scroll down.
look at
Hang on.
things constructively. I think it's important.
All right, these are a lot of questions.
Cool.
Hang on. Peter Moore says, watch the full KDH videos and not a minute or two. He is fair and balanced.
Okay.
Scratch Rapture says, I thought KDH's worst video was about Rob. His subsequent videos have gotten better and more substantive. Robert Hastings, I watched the Anderton thing and he had a valid point. I haven't seen his other stuff, but that was okay. Peter Moore said, nice to know about Victory Amps. He doesn't trash people. What videos are you watching? I'd still buy a Victory Amp. Scratch Rapture says, maybe if you watched Red Bar, you would get it. I'm assuming this is related to the conversation. I'm not sure who Red Bar is.
Yeah.
Smart Mammal said, if anything is based on judgment, it has no place.
I don't believe that. But.
Sir Sneaker Pimp said he was responding to Rob and Peter. He said, I thought those two videos were extremely valid too, and I agree that he wasn't negative or vindictive. So I guess depending on the information, it does sound like there is value there.
So,
which is cool.
This is an interesting thing. My thumbnail tonight was strategic. In the thought bubble of the troll, it said, I don't like that, you're wrong, or something. What I have found, and I have a little bit of experience with this, we have 1,200 videos over the last 10 years, thousands and thousands and thousands of comments. And there's a few different kinds of comments that happen on the internet. One is, great video, thanks for the help. Okay? Like that's, There is, I already have this guitar. I already agree with you. Therefore, this video is good. I do not agree with you. Therefore, you are wrong. Then there's just the super evil ones, like real evil. But a lot of times it's just people wanting to be validated in what they already think. And those are the thumbs down people, usually. So if you agree with what KDH says about something, chances are you think the video is good. If you don't mesh with his personality very well, or if you don't mesh with my personality very well, or if you don't, if I challenge for some reason a belief system that started in 1947 when the Telecaster blah, 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 and now everybody thinks it's a religious credo that you're supposed to live by, and I challenge you by saying, try carbon fiber on a Saturday, and you feel challenged by that, or you feel, I don't pull any punches. This is not that hard. Like, guitar stuff's not that hard. People make it hard, but it's not that hard. And we all like what we like. We just like stuff. So if I say something that you don't like, or if I introduce a new idea that you have a hard time with, then you're going to give me a thumbs down, you're going to give me a comment like that, and whatever. So this is an interesting little piece of this where some people are like, yeah, I think his videos are great. I think he's totally fair, whatever. But I wonder if that's basically how you fall on the issue that you watch the video. Because I did not agree with his. I didn't agree with how he treated Rob Chapman in that video. I just didn't think it was. I wouldn't have done that. But
That doesn't make it wrong.
But it doesn't make it
You
wrong.
didn't do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. It doesn't make it wrong. But I think it's makes for a more interesting conversation than just a thumbs down or you should never watch that guy or whatever.
But is that his style of video?
It is
just
a little
to
bit.
be like commentary and talking about stuff?
Kinda, yeah.
That would
And
be more
he deep dives.
opinionated.
Yes.
I mean, that's fair.
Well, and you and I've talked about this. For one of the mistakes I made on my channel was not sharing my opinion 10 years ago.
Right.
And now that I share my opinion, people think I'm some kind of jerk and I'm arrogant and all this stuff. And I'm just like, no, I just don't like yellow guitars. Or whatever it is. You know, it could be anything.
Lies detected.
I don't have a yellow guitar. Oh, I do. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is. Like, I don't like blade pickups. I don't like whatever. I don't care. I don't like them. It's no big deal. You can like it. It's fine.
But, I mean, I don't know. So I am like totally this outside opinion. I don't remember whatever video, if you think I saw it. I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, it was in one
But
flash of time.
just all these descriptions and what everybody's saying, like, I just imagine, as much as I like to learn and documentaries, like, you can just, it's just a person sharing information.
Agreed.
Like, but I also don't get influenced by other people's opinions, so I would take out what I needed. So maybe that's, I mean, I'm glad to hear that so many like him, and maybe he has grown as a creator.
That is for sure. His videos have gotten better. They've gotten tighter. They've gotten more concise.
I think
Mine
that's
have
awesome.
too. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
video number, somebody's commented on like video number 8 the other day, and they're like, did you forget to edit this or something? Because this is like way too long and stupid. And I just kind of laughed. I was like, yeah, they were way too
They
long.
were
It's way, like, that's 10 years ago, man. We've gotten way better at this, you know. I just kind of laughed at that because that's really true. You get better at it. And so, like, let's talk about you for a second. You will, on purpose, and this is a personality type again, you are the person who will read bad reviews on purpose.
Yeah. I go for the negative reviews.
You will, but it's not because you want to hate this coffee grinder or this thermos or whatever. It's because you want to understand, okay, is this person trolling this? Or is it a real problem? Or does the thing actually leak? No, it doesn't actually leak. It's just they put it in the dishwasher 5 times and they melted it and now it leaks.
Yeah.
Like, you figure those things out, but you're objective enough to be able to, like, see all sides of the story and not just be a headline reader. So I think it's an interesting thing. This whole, I'm glad
Unless the owner is responding, that will highly influence how I feel about any review, positive or negative.
Right.
Depending on the attitude of the owner.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and I mean, that's something where I know that I have not done it right in the past, but I also know that I have very little patience for people that are trying to get something for nothing.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, so all of this stemmed from a question, right? So, does Guitar World need a TMZ expose channel? Yes,
Yeah.
I think they do.
I agree.
If it needs to be exposed, it needs to be exposed. He's basically trashing people's reputation for clicks. That seems like an opinion, and it sounds like, I mean, maybe he is sharing the more controversial things, which makes it appear that it's for clicks. But again, I mean, what I'm hearing is, we don't know this guy. Like, I don't know him. I can't say if he's doing it for clicks. But that could be Shane's opinion, experience, etc.
Yeah.
Yes, Daniel Myers said, I like the reviews on the sugar-free gummy bears. Yes, those are hilarious.
I just think that I wanted to talk about this because we're always trying to make the guitar community a better, smarter place. Like, more educated, more, like, I don't know. I just have confidence. So this is something that I feel. People will say, like, about Twitter, that it's just a cesspool of anger or whatever. That is not my experience.
Well, Well, it depends on what you follow too. Even
Right.
when we talk about seeing something on Facebook, I'm like, I don't see any of
Yeah,
that.
and I don't see. I go in the YouTube comments and I see stuff, but I don't think about that. I think about all the friends I'm making. I think about all the people that I know. I have confidence in human beings to be human beings, and I think we here at Dylan Talks Tone, we care about that, and so that's why I want to talk about this, because I think it's really neat, and I know that there will be somebody in the comments tonight or tomorrow watching this video being like, you clickbaited me here because they thought I was going to say something mean. And I wasn't. I had no intention of that at all. But I also want to get...
what makes them think it would be... Wait, I don't understand.
Whatever. What does the thing say?
I don't know. How do I see it once it starts?
No, but what does this say?
The Trolls of Guitar YouTube.
Yeah.
So... You're saying people would think you were the troll?
Or that I was going to like expose some kind of trolls, or we were going to talk about angry stuff. Or maybe I was going to be mad at people in the comments or whatever. But it's not about that. It's about understanding why these people do it, understanding about, are they actually? I don't think so. I think they're just people trying to be human beings.
How do you say that? Gnarl Antlers.
That's awesome.
It says, KDH is catnip for catty guitarist. They're always going to exist, and some folks just need to scratch that itch. I love that.
That is really true. There is content out there for everybody.
Yes.
And look at the fourth thumbs down guy was like,
somebody's changed their mind back and forth. We've gone 3 to 4, 3 to 4. So I don't know if it's the same person. Or...
So maybe somebody's been like, you don't suck. And they like unsucked on the...
Unsucked.
That's cool. Unsucked their thumb.
Oh. That's terrible. I probably shouldn't say that.
We are going to say that. Those are the sucky thumbs. When they unsuck their thumb and they put it to an
You
up.
should unsuck your thumb.
You should unsuck your 3 thumbs.
Oof. No.
All right, let's answer some actual guitar questions now. Now that we have the psychoanalyzation of our audience and our friends and everybody.
Robert Hastings says, I've learned not to guess where Dylan goes with his thumbnails. That's very wise, Robert.
Yeah, it probably is, because sometimes I don't even know.
Yeah. Sometimes you just think something's funny.
I do. Most of the time, that's it.
But, I mean, is that part of... I feel like you don't put... Do you still put your face in your regular videos?
Yeah, most of the time.
But you don't on the lives. I feel like a lot of times.
No, because it's a last minute. Usually it's because it's a last minute thing that we're, putting together, because most of the time the Thursday night lives, for example, are, well, I told you tonight, I try to do them around 6 o'clock. We try to see at the very latest what has come in, what's the latest thing that we want to talk about as a community, etc. Which was this, and it didn't come in until 5:30. So...
Okay, well, let's go backwards and just finish up this conversation before we get into questions.
Let's do it.
Brett Richardson says, he got the clicks, but Andertons gave it to him. I'm not mad at him getting clicks in exchange for calling out shady practices.
Fair enough.
And then there's a couple of things about your channel. Vox Guitars Rock says, Dylan has the best, most family-oriented music channel on YouTube, bar none.
Wow, thanks, man.
Flying Beaver says, honestly, Dylan, I've taken away a lot of really good information from your videos, and they've encouraged me to learn. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. That's the number one thing. Thank you.
8191 says, internet trolling is healthy to the internet. It has always been a thing.
It kind of, yeah. I mean, it's...
Smart Mammal, who I read their comment earlier, but they also said this is their first time to the live stream.
Oh, dude, thanks. Or dudette. I got called out on that the other day. I called somebody dude, and they're like, I'm actually dudette. Okay, sorry.
Actually a dudette.
No.
All right, and then we had this random troll thing. Was this funny? Jazz Rocks with Adam says, why do trolls exist? Except I know it's psychopathic individuals who have no sense of remorse in person and especially online. Luckily, I haven't had too much of that on my channel.
So, my question always, I love that, what you said. Because I'm going to take it a step further and say sense of humor. Because my question always is, if I say, when I made the Volkswagen Beetle Harley Benton joke, Batmobile joke the other day. And people get bent about that. I'm like, why do you troll Harley Benton? I'm like, why don't you have a sense of humor? That's funny. It's just funny. I just think it's funny. If you don't think it's funny, that's okay. But I think it's funny. There's no point in it. I just think it's funny. I just do stuff because it's fun.
Okay, I'm going to read this one and then we're going to go to questions.
Okay.
Because this one made me laugh too.
Okay.
So, Gnarl Antlers again.
Great name.
I scratch my itch in Tonewood threads. I can't help it. Find it hilarious. Sometimes I pray that a Tonewood's witness will knock on my door in real life.
Oh my God, that is amazing. That is amazing.
He even spelled it a Tonewood's.
That is amazing.
Wood's witness.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, he screenshot.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Gnarl Antlers.
That's pretty good.
I've never even seen him do that during a live stream.
No, that's pretty funny.
You
have
arrived.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's go into some actual guitar questions because we have about 20 minutes until it's off-topic hour.
Ooh, 20?
Yeah,
We talked a lot.
Well,
All right.
This was a good one. This was fun. I love it.
John Strangland says, is it worth the cost of the Ron Ellis 60s Bet humbucker than the Seymour Duncan SH55N Seth Lover humbucker on a 335 guitar? That is a lot. Also, is the Monty's Guitars 50s wirings loom as good as they say?
I personally don't think the Ron Ellis is worth it because we make a DAF that's cheaper than both of those pickups, and it's just as good, if not better, in my opinion. But that's my stuff. You'd have to ask some, because I made it, so I'm going to tell you it's awesome. But you'd have to ask some other folks in the comments or look at the reviews on the website as far as the DAF goes, or Dylan Talks Tone DAF. I think it would be amazing in your 335. I don't have personal experience with the wiring loom that you're talking about. So here's what I would say about that. If there's to me, when it comes to aftermarket wiring looms, there's a couple of things that matter, and after that it doesn't. Are the pots good? So are they CTS or Bournes? Probably CTS. Are they the right value that you want? Is it at least an orange drop cap? I don't care about paper and oil. I think that's spending too much money for no reason. And on a 335, is it designed... Oh, and it doesn't have a Switchcraft switch, like a real good Switchcraft switch, the three-way. On a 335, is it designed in such a way where the wiring is laid out to where when you put it in, it lays nice in there and you can get it out? If it's a big gnarled mess, then it's not worth buying. Get one that's nice and clean, because a lot of times they'll build them on the braided wire and it'll be in this like kind of weird loop, but it fits around the F-hole real nice. So if those things are satisfied, then it doesn't matter. Just get it. It's probably good.
Joe, a.k.a. I farted. I was like, why do people have to write these things that I have to say out loud?
So you have to say them out loud.
I'm looking at a Schecter. Should I care if it's made in Indonesia? Thank you.
No, those are actually really... I have one. My Schecter MGK signature guitar is made in Indonesia. It's fantastic. A lot of those guitars are made by Cortec and a couple other companies down there, and the quality is actually very good.
Sean McCartney says, all right, Dylan, I think I'm ready to quit screwing around and buy your P90s. You have 2 models, correct?
We have one model. We have a soap bar and a dog ear at this time. And, that was loose. We have a soap bar and a dog ear.
The knuckle or the knife?
The knife. And so if you want dog ears, buy dog ears. If you want soap bars, get soap bars. They're exactly the same wind, exactly the same magnets, just a different base plate and mounting system.
Rusty Shackelford said, I've seen the new non-burst Les Paul standards. They look great. Cool green one and some other cool colors. I had just decided not to buy more guitars, and then they do this.
Yep, non-burst.
Apparently he likes green guitars too, because it's the only color he actually called out.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Well, wait till you see the video we got coming out.
Sir Sneaker Pimp says, Dylan, have you ever considered writing the definitive book about pickups? Every time you answer our questions, you go into Yoda mode and give us thorough, understandable answers about every type.
I have thought about it.
Yoda mode.
I don't. Here's the problem with writing stuff.
Effort. I'm just kidding.
That, A, time and effort. And B, once you write something, it's like the next level of like, this better be right.
Okay.
Like, what's his face has a book. It's like $800. And you can't get it. It's out of print. But
does anybody know what you're talking about?
yeah, Jason Lawler. And what I would say in my book is going to be way different than what he says in his book. I have a very different way of looking at all of this stuff because I look at it logically with like actual material sciences background and I have zero loyalty to guitar tradition when it comes to understanding how a thing actually works. It would not be very popular of an opinion, and it would be open to a lot of criticism, and I don't want to deal with that. That's one of the reasons why I haven't done it. I just don't care to go down that road. That's what we have this for. I already have to deal with it enough here.
Polyphonic Groove, thank you for the
super chat, sir. Or ma'am.
What is the actual difference between a neck and bridge pickup? What happens if you put a neck in the bridge position and vice versa?
Well, if you put the neck on the bridge side of the guitar, I'm just kidding. If you switch them, it doesn't matter. In some sets, so most of our sets are actually matched, and you could put them wherever you want. It wouldn't matter. The only thing that gives us a place to put it is where the wires come out. We make it easier for you. Some sets are wound a certain way for the neck and for the bridge to get a different frequency response out of both locations. The problem is, well, it's not a problem. It's just the way they do it. We don't do that because I like how it sounds when they're different because of the location. And when you design the pickup, you just make it how you want it to sound. Does it sound like that when you play the guitar? Yep. Okay. See, this is why I wouldn't put this in a book. So
shortest chapters ever.
Exactly. No, that's stupid.
Does this matter?
Next.
Nope.
Exactly.
It could be your coffee table book.
Right?
With really nice photography and just
like
simple
a page,
yeah.
And then like flip the page and then like it would be
that's it.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Tonewood and other myths, and it would just be this big coffee table book
with lots of photography. It's just really a way to promote photography.
That's a good idea.
That's what coffee table books are for.
That's true.
Nobody wants to read them.
That's true. I would say that it doesn't matter. The only thing that can is if the spacing between the screws is different and doesn't line up with certain strings. So as long as the spacing is fine, flip it around, experiment, do what you want. Thank you for the super chat.
Pooh Ninja says, Chapter 7, refer to Chapter 3 about while you're being an idiot.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
What about a choose your own adventure?
Yes. Yes.
Do you believe in Tonewood? Yes.
Go to page 5.
Go to page 5. You are a dumbass.
Okay,
Please play
so
again.
We also have a comment. So while you just said that, I have to read somebody's comment. I have to find it first. Mr. Goat, aren't the Texas Toast Fellers tone woodhovas?
Oh my god. No, they aren't. They'll build a guitar out of anything you want as long as they can mill it.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Peter Moore, do you supply complete wiring harnesses?
For Strat, we do loaded pick guards for Strats, and we do loaded control plates for Tellies. That's it.
Big Tech 73. Your thoughts on Eric Johnson's Strat and its pickups? Seems super nice. Great stuff, Dylan and Leslie.
I think that's a great guitar. I don't personally like it because I don't like how he sets up his guitars. But that's a good guitar. I played it. It's awesome.
Rusty
custom shop on
Shackleford wants to know, what effect does a thumbs down have on your video? I know YouTubers ask for thumbs ups, so they must all have an effect.
So thumbs ups and comments. Comments are more important, actually. Thumbs up and...
So thank you for the 264 comments we have so far.
Exactly. Which is high.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thumbs up and comments tell the algorithm that someone is actually interested in the video. So watch time, thumbs up, and comments. That's why people will ask all the time. And that's why people will be like, watch to the end of the video. Because they want you to stay in the video for as long as possible. And they also want you to interact with the video because those are the interest.
So is it bad for us then that we do the after hours and so many people drop off?
No.
Oh. Dang. Just kidding.
That's people's favorite part.
Is it?
Yeah, I know it is. Because they've told us that.
I mean, 2 people have told me that.
Yeah, but 2 people could be a lot more people. I mean, look at how many people are right now. There's 117. There's going to be 100. Oh, 120. See? There's going to be 100
There'll
people
be
after
70.
after 9 o'clock. Maybe. We'll see. It depends what we talk about.
Anyway, did you finish answering
Yep,
that question?
I did.
Okay. John, already asked that. I don't know why I didn't move it. Jason Albert said, did anyone already mention the Waylon Jennings guitar and pedal new from Fender?
I saw that today. 25 grand.
What? Mm-hmm. Whew, that's hefty. Rusty Shackleford said, I sent you an email about pickup magnet. Is that doable?
I didn't get it.
So we don't know if that's doable. Do you need to check your email? Anyway, check your email.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait. It might be that he has a different name in real life.
Then Rusty?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
did get an
an
email about
pickup
flipping a
magnets?
magnet, and yes, I can do that. But it wasn't that name. It was somebody else. But it might be him because internet names. So if you send me an email about flipping a magnet in a humbucker to make it to where it's easier to wear your out-of-phase stuff, yes, I can do that.
All right. Warren, I fell down on my guitar and bent the pickup selector, and now it makes an electrical buzz that it didn't before. What damage did I do, and how bad is it?
Sounds like you bent the pickup selector.
That's what he said.
Well, you asked what damage he did. It sounds like that's what he did. I mean...
He asked a question.
I know. You're probably going to have to replace the switch. Especially if it's a blade switch, like in a Strat or a Telly, because there's little contacts in the little... It's kind of fragile, actually. And the way it goes back and forth in there, if it bends just a little bit, it'll screw it all up. So, and it's on a pivot, so it's possible that you're just going to have to replace the switch. Fortunately, like $15.
Okay, sorry.
That's
I was
okay.
trying to make sure I didn't
Miss anybody?
miss stuff because they're just coming in. All right. We have 9 minutes. I do not know how to say this.
I like plain sparkly water, by the way.
Melpomene. How do you say it? Like the E with the...
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know what this is. Melpomena. I don't know. Give me a phonetic spelling. Hi, Dylan and Leslie. I remembered a video from weeks ago when you were talking about ethics with guitar production and woods, and that made me wonder, Would you consider full rosewood necks to be unethical?
Depends where they come from. If they are ethically sourced, meaning, so here's what defines that. There is a legal definition for that. What defines that is, do you have a paper trail from where that tree came out of the ground to where that thing got sold to the customer? So if I have a receipt from wherever I bought that from, Tonewood Experts, Warmouth, whoever, I should be able to go to whoever I bought it to and say, do you have the receipt that shows where this wood came from? Probably their distributor. And then you go to the distributor and you say, do you have a piece of paper that shows where this wood came from? And they would say, it came from this sawmill. And then you go to the sawmill and the sawmill says, it came from this lumber supplier. And there is paperwork that goes all the way back to where that piece of wood came from. If you cannot produce that paper trail, then that wood has not been ethically sourced. Here's what happens with certain fake Batmobile companies. What they will do is they will use the paperwork from other batches of wood more generally. So they'll just say, here's a truckload of wood, here's the receipt for it. And slip some stuff in there that wasn't supposed to be in there. There's all kinds of shady stuff that happens in certain countries in the world to fake this. And it does get caught. Lumber Liquidators is an excellent example of that. IKEA also does this. There's some other big companies in the world that it's super shady where their stuff comes from. And sometimes those guitars sell for like $200-300
And stuff on it again.
on European websites. And sometimes they look really similar to other guitars that come from actually ethically sourced places.
All right, so we're going to circle back to Warren. Warren said, my cat made me fall. I was sober, I swear. Mr. Goat said, if I bent my pickup selector, is it bent? All right, so Warren, he was saying...
If nobody was there, did it make a sound?
He retracted his message, but I did read it first, and he wanted to know if there was going to be further damage internally.
That's a good question. I mean, I can't answer that, but if it's just making weird noises, that means something's touching it's not supposed to touch. Fortunately, everything, there's no voltage to be had in a guitar, so you're not shorting anything out in the respect like you would in a car or something where it's burning wires or anything like that further on down the line. You know what I mean? You're not having those kind of problems. You're just having a function versus not function situation. So you're probably not going to do further damage, burn anything, or melt anything. It just won't work.
All right. I'm not going to be able to take anything else.
Okay.
But also, before we move on, I got my phonetic spelling. So it's Melpomene. Melpomene.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
I probably won't remember that, but thank you.
I'll try.
Joe, a.k.a. I Farted, had a couple more questions. Is Tonewood real?
I mean, it exists.
Is pre-stretching strings not needed?
It is. I do it every time I put strings on a guitar.
Flying Beaver. Serious question, Dylan. Do you make any effort to correlate inductance, Henry's, with tone capacitance?
I do. Every pickup. When we design it. Yep. Those are my two favorite measurements.
Curtis Chavez. Dylan, do you like bass sixes? Secondly, do regular guitar pickups work for them, or are bass six pickups different somehow?
In Fenderland, they are not. If you order Jaguar or Jazzmaster pickups from me, depending on, I think it's Jaguar pickups actually, and you say they're for a bass 6, I'll wind you something special. And yes, I think they're very cool.
Windsurf Maui said, I think pickups are an art, not science, meaning there are so many variables, it's almost impossible to describe them all in writing.
That's kind of true.
Um, Robert Wilkinson. I noticed Dumac is advertising Black Limba for its, quote, coveted tone characteristics. Thoughts?
They're going to say that because Gibson said that.
Because marketing. Phil. I don't know how to say your name either. Deschambalt. I apologize, Phil. Phil says, do you have a preferred metal for the saddles on a Telecaster? Also, new to the channel. Great content.
Thanks, man. I like brass or steel. We have a video on this, and we try aluminum, graphite, steel, and brass. And side by side, same exact guitar, same pickups, same everything, just different saddles, so you can hear it pretty clearly. My 64 has steel. It's a American Ultra Pro, whatever, vintage thing. But it's got steel on it, and I'm not racing to change it out to brass or anything, but I do like brass too.
Another Phil question is Morris something the Telecaster of knives? Do you know what that says?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Mora Kniv. It's it's a Swedish. Is it Swedish? No, I don't think so. Cause they're kind of cheap. I don't really like Mora knives that much, but I really like Telecasters.
All right, Destroyer says, where can you go and talk about guitars and fasting? Best show in town.
Exactly.
Jeffrey Egan, my favorite part is when you two talk about stuff. Just talk about stuff. So, we have to talk about that next hour. Okay. Windsurf Maui, no, the whiteboard is the favorite part. I need more whiteboard. Parentheses, cowbell. Mr. Goat, can two people be a lot more people? That's your thing, because you were like, a lot of people, and I was like, two.
Yeah, but it's representative, I think.
Oh. Is that how statistics work?
It is.
I did a poll. Scientific study says. Charles Wallace says, I love the after hours. I love hanging out with you guys. I was there for all the RV vids just because. Thanks for all the time you share with us.
Thanks,
You're
Charles.
Very nice, Charles.
Appreciate that.
John P. I heard your comment on carbon fiber necks, and I know you have acoustic carbon fiber guitars. Mm-hmm. I was wondering what your thoughts or opinions on aluminum guitar neck versus carbon fiber on an electric.
I would rather have carbon fiber because aluminum is very heavy. And aluminum actually has it feels different in your hands. So where I would give tone wood in an electric guitar some credibility is, what do you want your guitar to feel like? How do you want it to talk back to you when you play it? Do you want it to be like a boat anchor, like a fake Les Paul from the 70s that everybody thinks is so amazing, like a Bernie or an Ibanez? They're trash because they're like wet wood. They just feel like you're just playing a brick. Or do you want it to be, some people really like that because they want that totally sustained, bro. Or they want it like totally resonant, bro, and they want to feel everything. So if you want to feel everything, then you got to have something that shakes in your hands when you play it. That's the opposite of sustain. That's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. But if you want the guitar to vibrate in your hands, carbon fiber is better. Aluminum feels deader in your hands. So it just depends how you want it to feel. Personally, carbon fiber is better in my opinion.
All right. You want to tell them what time it is?
Yeah. It is 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Yeah, a lot of people have to leave to go put them in bed, but...
Okay. So, this is after hours. This is something we started doing. This is off-topic hour. Here's the rules. You can ask a guitar question only in a super chat after 9 o'clock. You can ask any off-topic question you want, and we might answer it. Most of the time we do. Very few have we not answered.
And Sean asked, could he ask a music question?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, sure.
Yeah, we just don't want to talk. We do this to get to know everybody. This is a community building thing that we really enjoy doing with everybody every week. And I know that 2 people said that they really enjoy. In fact, there's people who were like, I go get my wife and hang out with y'all. She doesn't care about guitars, but now she comes and watches for the after hours part because it's just kind of hanging out and hanging out with people talking. Which is neat because, like one guy was telling us, it's like how him and his wife have finally been able to identify on guitar stuff.
Right.
Which is cool. You know.
Same person only wanted a photo with me, not Dylan.
That is true. We were at a thing and he's like, I want a photo with you. And she's like, well, let me get Dylan. And he's like, no. So, you know. Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to talk about, though. So I've heard it many times. I can't remember where we most recently heard it. But we heard it then when we met some folks. I've heard it since then. But people say they like our banter.
What is banter?
So that's what I wanted to look up. So when I think of banter, I think of like disagreements. But maybe it's not. Because everybody says that.
We're going to look up the definition of banter.
Maybe it's not. The playful and friendly exchange of teasing remarks.
Oh, we do that.
We definitely do.
We definitely do that.
All right, I'll let it go.
Okay.
They enjoy our banter. And I really thought it meant fighting. I was like, banter? Do we have
We
banter?
don't fight.
Anyway, so, super cool.
Are there any off-topic questions in there yet?
I haven't got off-topic questions, but I just closed my browser on accident. Hang on. Brian Miller says, do you ever go RVing in New England?
That is an area that we want to do. We skipped it. We used to have...
Skip it on purpose.
We didn't skip it on purpose. We had a 38-foot Class A, and we towed a Jeep, and it was like 60 feet long when you're driving, and it's, huge. And
we've been to New England before.
Yeah, we've road tripped to New England a lot. But we've not ever RV'd there. But now that we have our van, which is like fits in a normal parking space, we could do it.
We haven't.
We have not. And I really want to do it in the fall. But I don't think this fall is going to be...
It'll be too late.
It'll be too late.
Unless we left Colorado and did it, but that's a lot of.
That's a long way.
And you couldn't work the whole time.
No, because we have to go to Colorado again in October. So yeah.
All right. Now I lost my place. Why does this do this?
I think there's a super chat.
Well, click it because I'm doing something else.
Okay. Oh, it's moving on me. Super chat from that guy. A Telecaster would work with a floating tremolo. Yes, there are.
Say thank you and try to say his name.
Pagayo. Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. There are a couple of them. If I'm trying to think of who. Doug. What's Doug Seidlitz's YouTube name?
I could have told you if you didn't say that.
I know. There's one of our friends in the YouTube comments. I don't think he's here tonight, but he has a telly with a Vega Trem maybe on his telly, and it's really cool. It actually works really well. You have to route the body for some of them you don't. Depends on the design. Thank you for the super chat.
Earlier you said, it's not, do you know where your children are? Charles Wallace says, yes, all mine are grown and on their own responsibility now, but thanks for asking.
Yep, same.
Eric Johnson said, did you see the new Indiana Jones movie? I liked it. Great nostalgia.
Nope.
Are you an Indiana Jones fan?
I used to be, but I think I kind of grew out of it.
Rusty Shackelford said, I gotta go now to see what this KDH guy is. Shane Walton says he prefers the guitar talk. Fine. Hawkman Hawks. Tomorrow starts the Great Cycle Challenge. We usually participate every year and just ride till our butts hurt. Do you wear the special padded bike shorts? And any opinions or experience?
I do. And I have lots of opinions about bicycle gear. I can't tell you what I have right now. I can't remember what I have shorts wise. Probably Pearly Zoomy, because that's been my brand for a long time. Because they're just easy to get. You can get them everywhere. But yeah, I have the special shorts. I ride a mountain bike now. I don't have a road bike, so I have the baggy shorts with the butt pads.
T-Bone says, no question. Just wanted to say you guys are the best.
Thanks, T-Bone.
Phil Deschambault said banter equals your back and forth. Yeah, that makes
Yep, I get it.
Yeah, Sean McCartney says bicker and banter are very different.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah. Bickering is not something.
By the way, when Paganis left his super chat, it was his first super chat.
Oh wow,
I see it here. I couldn't see it.
I couldn't see it on there. Thank you so much.
For
joining the community and being a part of it. I appreciate it.
Peter Moore says banter is what you get when you watch the Casino Guitars guy prattle and go on tangents, which I love.
Yeah.
I like Baxter.
Those guys are so fun. Baxter is probably, I don't know, he's one of my favorite guitar business people. Just to sit and have a beer with him is the funnest thing. He's a cool cat, that guy. We need to go up there. We haven't been up there in a while.
I don't know if this is like blase YouTube. It says me driveway S2 driveway, Massachusetts.
Nice.
That's the kind of hookups we need.
Yeah, that's the kind of hookups we need. We just need driveways to be in that are 24 feet long and flat. Yep.
Rottweiler says, I love how Leslie keeps Dylan polite and civilized. It's a strong.
You know what's really funny about that? Vinny from Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm. He's here.
Oh, okay. Was on our Zoom hangout on Patreon the other night, and he's like, man, because he's in Hong Kong, so he's 12 hours, so it's 9:10 in the morning on Friday over there.
So he's watching you on Tuesday morning.
He's watching us. He's watching us.
On
No.
Monday night. You're not talking about Monday night?
No, I'm talking about, yes. No, but when he was telling me that the hardest one for him to see is the 4 p.m. one on Tuesday, because it's 4 a.m. on Tuesday for him. He's like, it's the hardest one for me to see, but it's my favorite. And I'm like, why? He's like, because that's the one where you get everybody riled up and the comment section just totally goes off the rails.
I never listen or watch those. And that's why. Anyway, let's see. Windsurf Maui says, if you come to New England, be careful. Many cities restrict carry knives to 2 1/4 single edge blades and no open assist.
Yep.
Yeah, we were like across the street from Virginia and West Virginia one time and learned
Yeah,
that.
I had an automatic in my pocket, and I walked into this knife store, and it was an amazing knife store. And I was like, do you have any, whatever, I was looking for, Microtex or Protex or something. They're like, we can't sell those because they're illegal. And I'm like, wait, I thought we were in whatever state. And he's like, no, that's across the street. Like, so where my Jeep was parked, it was legal, and where we were, it was illegal. I was like, oh,
whoops.
Let me go back to the car. And so I
Mm-hmm.
went and switched out for a ZT Sinkovich or something.
Galaxy Stranger 01 says, Dylan has lots of opinions about his butt.
I mean, it's an important part of you.
Pagana says, who is your favorite Formula One driver currently and in the history of the category?
Sebastian Vettel in the history, and Mark Webber. I really liked Mark Webber. And now it's Max Verstappen. I'll be a Red Bull guy for a long time.
Charles Wallace says knife of the night.
Fiddling around knife is just my. This is half-face blades. Is this a Cav Junior? No, this is a Crow Junior. Half-face blades. And then actually I'm carrying two knives. Carrying my Hogue. Can't get it out of there. Hogue Deca, Magna Cut blade, and Ultim scales. This is one of my new favorite knives. I really like this knife. It's super light. The action is really good. The blade is phenomenal. This is like a heavier duty Benchmade bug out, in my opinion. Benchmade bug outs are they can feel kind of flimsy. This does not. I really like it. And then another thing I've been carrying a bunch, when I was in Colorado, I've always wanted one of these. And Matt has a thing for fancy razor, like utility knives. So I bought 2 of them. I gave him...
Looks like a shark.
Looks like a shark?
Yes.
Like this way?
Yes.
So this is a... what is this thing? Who makes these?
Amazon? I'm just kidding.
No, it's...
You bought it on Amazon.
Yeah, I did. It's... Big Idea Designs. It's Big Idea Designs. This is called the TPT Slide. All it is a fancy titanium razor knife. That's all it is. But it's just neat. There's a bottle opener in it right here.
Is this his own company, or are these the people that do all those collabs?
These are the people that do all those collabs.
That we talked to?
Yeah.
Oh.
So TPT Slide, he does the one you're talking about. Best Damn EDC. He does the one with the topo graphic on it, because he does everything topographic. So you can get those, but they're really limited. These are actually really hard to get. They make them in runs, and once they're out, they're out. You got to wait for them. So anyway, but it's a bottle opener here, and it's a screwdriver here, and then there's a thing you can put like a nut driver thing in it and use it as a... So anyway, pretty cool. Matt really likes fancy razor knives, and so I got me one, and I got him one while I was in Colorado.
All right. Yeah, you're talking a lot.
Sorry.
Peter Moore says, Dylan, you should do a collab video with Baxter and John.
We have done. We should do more.
Charles Wallace, you can have my driveway anytime you pass through northern Kentucky.
Thanks, Charles.
Timothy Potter says, is Amish flat okay? If you do go up to Casino, let me know. Yeah,
well, that's what I was thinking. We should go see Timothy Potter, and we should go see Casino at the same time, because that would be kind of a...
Well, that's not too far.
No. That'd be a thing we could do.
Galaxy Stranger 01. I have yet to see a knife law that wasn't completely retarded.
It's kind of true, man. Knife laws especially. Knife laws are weird. They are weird.
Robert Hastings says, I just came back from New England. I would not be comfortable driving an RV in Massachusetts.
Yeah, well, ours is only like the size of a...
Yeah.
Basically, it's the size of an Amazon van, because it's the same chassis as an Amazon van.
Curtis Chavez says, Dylan, do you still fidget fixed blade knives?
Yeah.
With a sheath, yeah.
Yeah.
Pagao Paganis says, I don't like Max Verstappen. I was a fan of Vettel also, but he lost his game after that crash on Germany GP. At the moment, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, but I wasn't at the beginning of his career.
See, I'm the opposite. I liked him at the beginning of his career, and I don't like him now. This probably will dive into a little bit of my personality, but I like Lewis I don't like Lewis Hamilton because I think he whines too much. He is like super grateful when everything goes great, and everything is everybody else's fault when nothing is going great. Like right now. And so I don't like that. And I like Max Verstappen because Max Verstappen just gets it done. He might talk some crap in the car. He might be a little upset when stuff's not going right while he's in the car, but he just puts his head down and he gets it done. And that's the kind of person that I am, and I like that.
Peter Moore. And this has been going on in the comments. So he says, okay, Dylan, a hot topic here in the comments. When was the last time either of you had a sarsaparilla soft drink? I don't even know what that is. So never for me.
Probably when I lived in Arizona. So that probably has to be like 15 years ago.
Yeah, I have zero clue what it is.
Yeah, it's...
Was it a brand?
No.
It's a flavor.
Yeah,
it's
it's
called
a
sarsaparilla.
style of... Yeah, you could get it. Yeah. You wouldn't like it because it's root beery.
Oh, no, I'll be out. Let's see.
Kind of, I guess, sort of.
Robert Hastings says, we have plenty of room in Texas, just saying.
It's awesome.
Mr. Goat. I mean, maybe there's a reason he doesn't normally stay after hours, because I feel like he is funny. Mr. Goat says, do you ever check out your butt in the mirror after putting on shorts and say to yourself, Self, I can't believe poop comes out of this thing. Or is it just me?
No, I've never done that.
Self. He does do that, though.
I do say self. I was thinking to myself.
Yeah.
Self?
Yes. Let's
Because I talk to myself a lot. I have like full-on conversations. And she's like, what? I'm like, nothing. She will have to make me define, are you talking to me or are you talking to yourself?
Because he just talks all day long. He might be talking to y'all. He might be making a video. He might be on the phone. He might. And then he's just like, did you hear me? No, I'm not listening. I've like tuned you out.
Yeah, and we both walk around with noise-canceling headphones on. So I'm a Sony person. She's a Bose person. So, but we both have noise-canceling headphones on. So, you have to like literally establish eye contact and have a conversation. Otherwise, we could have days. It was some day this week, Monday or Tuesday this week.
We were both here and never saw each other.
She sits literally 10 feet right over there, and I sit right here. We're literally, it's probably 15 feet apart.
Except he rolls his big tool thing out and puts a divider up.
Oh yeah, because my big tool cart.
So we
comes
can't
out.
see each other.
And if I'm winding and you're in meetings, the door will be closed too. Yeah. From 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, never even talked to her, never even talk. Like, we were literally at work. I mean, like, you were in meetings out like 15 feet apart. So sometimes
it was 10 a minute ago. Why is the story getting changed?
No, I think it's about 15. I don't know. I can measure.
Well, you said 10 the first time.
That was probably wrong.
Anyway.
Yeah. I'm going by guitar cable length.
Oh, my word. Let's see. Oh, people are saying it's the original root beer.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This person said, Curtis Chavez says, sarsaparilla is sort of like ginger ale and root beer mixed.
Yeah, it's lighter.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Box Guitars Rock. This is me right here. I was going to procrastinate today, but couldn't decide if I wanted to or not. I like that. Windsurf Maui, are you into throwing knives? How about a throwing contest between you and Leslie in the after hours sometime?
So...
I would win.
You would. Because you probably have more experience with it than I do. We don't have a place for it. One of the things when we get our house, because we should have... Hopefully we'll be moving into a house first of the year, a little after, first quarter of next year.
That was a very business answer.
First quarter of next year, we'll be moving into our house. And one of the things that I want to do, there's two things. A horseshoe pit and a knife throwing / axe throwing setup. Yeah. I'll beat the heck out of you at horseshoes, though.
Never been good at horseshoes.
Oh, man. I love horseshoes.
So awkward.
Love it.
Like dancing on your hand. I don't know.
And we might put an airsoft range in, too.
What's an airsoft range?
Airsoft guns, they look and feel like exactly like the real gun, but they're those little BBs.
Do they make noise?
No. Well, they make a little pop. Not now. They're not loud. Because they're sub. Yeah.
Vinny's World said, have you been to one of those blade knife cutting competitions? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, we've watched them. The dudes where they like...
Oh, no.
She's like, this is the dumbest thing I have ever seen.
You're talking about the hacking dude?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, where they cut a bottle and then they cut a rope and then they cut a... She's like, this is the stupidest...
And they're like in an alley or something. Like, it's not even like...
Oh, they have full-on sponsors and junk, man.
Nope. I'm not going. You can go.
I don't want to either.
I'm not going. So, no, we've never...
Wait. What about like a strongman competition?
Nope.
Really?
No.
Why?
I would go to a lumberjack one.
Yeah, I would too. With the big saw?
Have you seen the lumberjacks on TikTok?
Okay. There's probably a fireman one too.
I would go to that too.
Figured you
They
probably...
should just sit there.
I get that.
Anyway.
Yep.
Too much of our personality coming through here. Lucas M said, "Hi Dylan, how are you?"
I'm great. My mouth hurts from laughing.
Vox Guitars Rock says, "What's your favorite knife sharpening thing?"
Work Sharp makes a... whatever the angle one is. The new one came out. I don't have it yet. It's like $250, but I have the basic one. And it's really good. The Work Sharp.
Is that the thing that like dances all around?
It's the thing with the angly thing. I can't remember what it's called. I have that. But most of the time, once my stuff is really good, I just strop it. Like everything I have is real sharp. So I just leather strop it. Most of the time.
Charles Wallace, I'm assuming this is about talking to him. I do that as well. For me, it's because I'm the only one who understands what I'm saying. Just saying. So Charles, one of my favorite sayings is like, there's a, like, of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need an expert opinion.
Right.
Makes sense. Peter Moore says, "Ha, I love listening to you too." Joe, aka I farted, says relationship goals. Moto Dorico.
That's just because I get to buy whatever.
Showed up and said, "I'm leaving. I didn't read the sign." So apparently they're not here for the after hours. Sir Sneaker Pimp says, "I was viewing a Japanese food channel and they eat okra raw. I didn't think that was possible." Ugh. I don't know about that. I've never...
Okra cooked is gross. I don't know why you would want to eat it raw.
I don't know. It's fuzzy. I wouldn't eat it raw.
Yeah.
It has like little hairs on it. I do like okra though, but I've never had it raw either. Vox Guitars Rock says, "Would Coke sell better if they started putting cocaine in it again? I mean, is Coke not selling good?"
So it still has cocaine in it.
Yeah, we watched a whole documentary about that.
It still has cocaine in it.
Peter Moore said, "Did axe throwing with beers at a staff Christmas event. What could possibly go wrong?" That is funny. All the axe throwing places are bars, right?
They are, and I feel like every...
Oh, there's leagues here. You could join a league.
I know. I feel like every workplace thing is at an axe throwing thing now.
I mean, we shot guns.
Oh, that's true. You did.
And axes and knives.
You did axes and knives.
And arrows.
Oh, all of it?
All of it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All of it. Daryl P says lawn darts for the win.
See,
we had one of those when
I
was
don't
a
even
kid.
think you can buy those anymore.
Oh, no, they're definitely illegal.
I remember those though.
Fox Guitars Rock says playing horseshoes is much easier if you remove the horse first.
It's true.
I'm missing things. Okay. Benny's World said, "I was just going to say, lumberjack games, at least the Canadian ones, are fun to watch. I want to be there for the fun." Peter Moore. Oh, somebody said something about their grandma. Flying beaver. Way back when, my grandmother used to make sarsaparilla ice cream. And Peter Moore said, "You need to resurrect that recipe and get it on the market."
Yeah, no. That's pretty funny, though.
John Howe says, pickled hot okra is good. I've never had pickled okra.
Nope. You can have it.
Robert Hastings says, I eat okra raw right off the bush.
What?
I never...
Isn't it like a cactus-looking thing?
I don't know. I've never grown okra. Mr. Goat, Southerners say "ga" on words that end in G. Like what?
Like what?
Give me a word, Mr. Goat. I might know a Southerner.
You might.
Brother Hawk, pickled okra. Timothy Potter, pickled and fried. But damn, like an extra syllable. Damn, don't boil the okra. Yeah, don't boil it. Oh, it's very phallic. Marcia Murray says, violent workplace, Leslie. It was actually a work retreat.
Where you went to rest and shoot ARs.
Yeah, it was amazing. And look at, what did we see? We saw bears and, is it elk there?
Yeah, elk. Mm-hmm.
And there was snow. And we had like a astronomer person come out with a humongous telescope.
Oh, really? I don't remember you talking about that.
It's because it was cold and I only went out for like 2 seconds.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. What else did we do on that trip? I don't know.
Jackson Hole.
Box Guitars Rock says, because I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Yep. Ingest9 says, when someone catches me talking to myself, I always say, sometimes I'm the only intelligent one in the room.
Why does it look like there's someone on your...
On my what?
Oh, you were rewound. That's why.
It's just stuck there.
Okay. I was like, wait, why does that not look like that? Okay. Just making sure.
Oh, Marcia Murray said, I knew someone that ate kiwi skin and all. No. The fuzziest thing. Some peaches are okay, but most of the time I peel that off too. No. I don't want anything fuzzy.
Nope.
Mr. Goat said thinga. Do I add a syllable on thing?
Some people do.
Oh, well, not all people.
Some people do that. Yep.
Rex Coggin says Red Bull F1 is going to win this weekend at Monza.
I hope.
Mr. Go said, do you guys make time to connect daily? I need to get better at this.
We get up every morning.
We start with good intentions.
We start with it every morning. We get up every morning. She goes to work at 7. When her alarm goes off and she goes to work at 7, as in across the room,
It's a different room.
It is a different room. I usually get up around 20 minutes later and try, or 45-ish. I try to have coffee made by 7:30. Or 7:45, 55-ish.
Sometime before 8.
Yeah, sometime before
Typically.
8, though. The idea is that, and we're really good at it. We don't miss it very often at all. The goal is 7:30 so that we can just sit and hang out and talk for a half an hour. Sometimes it's really deep. Sometimes it's, what are we doing this weekend? Sometimes it's, oh, I need to pay a bill really quick. Hey, what are you...
Yeah,
you know, like, it doesn't matter.
I was thinking about it the other day because that seems so backwards, right?
Yeah.
But I think, like, this is hard for me because many times at the end of the day, I don't want to talk about anything.
Your brain's done.
Like, I'm just done. And so the next day, I'll be telling him about my day before because now I've processed it and I've slept and I feel like I could talk.
Well, you have a really thinky job. So when she gets done, you do. So when you get done with work, you're like, brain is done.
Yeah. And I probably have a bad attitude about it. Because if he's like, how was your day at work today? And I'm like, it was work. I don't want to talk about it.
And then the next morning you'll be like, I did this really cool thing at work yesterday. Yeah, so we need that. We do it every morning. Usually it's about a half hour. The other day we sat there for like an hour and a half. We're like, oh, I guess we need to work now. So sometimes it
Yeah,
gets
because we also do it on the weekend, and we'll go to like noon.
Yeah,
and
we'll
then
just
be like,
sit
oh,
and-
let's
yeah.
make brunch.
Yeah, and the TV's not on. You know, sometimes there's some like catching up on social media, or hey, did you see this post, or did you read this blog, or whatever. But we're sitting there talking. There's no TV on or anything like that. No phone calls, none of that stuff, and we just hang out for about a half hour every morning. It really helps, and we do it in the car too. We drive a lot because we travel a lot, and I'm like, I have to go out of my way. Not go out of my way, but I'm like, I'm gonna listen to music while I drive, because most of the time we just talk about stuff. Mm-hmm. We're just randomly talking about stuff together, and I'm like, I want to listen to music. Like,
You know,
sometimes.
like on the way to Colorado, we'll be in like Kansas, and I'll be like, oh, let's listen to music now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. So anyway, I think that answers your question, Mr. Goat. I'm not gonna say we're good at it, but it definitely.
We try to be regular at it, though.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes we have nothing to talk about. Sometimes it'll just be like, okay, cool, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so it's whatever.
We started out, though, every day.
Yeah.
We do it every day.
He holds my coffee hostage is why.
Because I take I make
He
the
makes
coffee,
it and
I
takes
pour
it
it,
somewhere.
and
He
I put it
doesn't
over
bring
to
it
our...
to me.
Nope, I put it in our spot where we sit and do this. That is not at either
Yeah.
of our works.
And sometimes I'm like already busy, and it'll take me a while to get over there, but I have to go eventually because he's holding my coffee hostage.
That's right. Yep.
I saw something. I need a cough or something. Fox Guitars Rock said, I needed to buy worms to go fishing with my grandkids yesterday. Name of the shop, John's Master Bait Shop.
That's pretty awesome.
Brother Hawk says, has anyone ever had a mangosteen?
Yes, I have.
Not. Sorry.
Yes, I made a lot of money with that stuff at one point.
I feel like everybody's talking. I don't know what they're talking about. Talking about going to Canada. I don't know why we're going to Canada.
It's because people are nice there.
Daryl. What is it they always? Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Daryl P. Are y'all prepared for the zombie apocalypse?
Oh yeah.
I'm not, because it's not going to happen.
No.
But sure.
We're prepared anyway.
Yeah. But I don't know what's...
I mean, what do you need?
I don't know. What kills a zombie that's already dead? I mean, that doesn't even make sense. Why do you have fingerprints on your glasses? You touch them?
You touch them like a little kid. I don't know. They get dirty by the end of the day.
But you, like, cleaned them in the middle of the day, so, like, why are you touching them?
That's not fingerprints, I don't think.
What is it?
I don't know. When I go to the range, they get really dirty.
Rusty Fenders, we were talking about you earlier. He says, Sex Pistols, The Clash, or The Ramones?
Ramones. Duh.
Flying Beaver said, I'm not even prepared for the snow, which will be here around September 15th to 20th.
That's why I don't live wherever you live.
Where do you live, Flying Beaver? I think this person also, I think it was Flying Beaver, said they broke their wrist and were here and they're on morphine. And I was like, wouldn't you have better comments if you were like on morphine? Chilling in the comments. They're very put together to be on that kind of pain relief, by the way. Anyway, I'm sorry to hear about your wrist. Let's see. Brother Hawk says he misses snow.
I do not.
Galaxy Stranger 01. I have to clean my glasses with lens wipes at least twice a day. What? How do you do that? Like, what do you get on them?
Yeah, I don't know how they get dirty. I know at the range they do, especially when I shoot a rifle, because it's like right here, and I get that stuff on them.
And your
it's like,
glasses are your safety glasses.
yeah, and my glasses are my safety glasses, and when I have the charging handle is like right in front of my face, and I shot that a lot today, so that's probably why it's got a bunch of stuff on it. What was that?
Oh, he's in the hospital. That
Oh.
would make sense, because I thought you said morphine drip, and I was like, can you get just a morphine drip at the house? But he's in the hospital.
Gotcha.
With a broken wrist? Like,
Oh,
that sounds...
maybe he had to have surgery.
Oh, maybe.
Put it back together.
Um,
Danny Ricardo had to have surgery after a wreck last weekend.
okay.
Just telling you.
But he'll be better in, like, record time because he's...
No, I think
No?
he's going to miss like 3 races. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mr. Goat said present over perfection. Sounds like it is working for y'all.
What?
He's the one that said, do you make an effort to spend time together?
I mean, we're best friends too. Like, it's just,
Oh, he said he's on an IV drip because they put about half a pound of titanium into his forearm.
Yeah.
That's more than a broke wrist.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He probably had some surgery. I've been there, dude.
And it
That
hurts
sucks.
quite a lot. My goodness. That does sound like that's going to be probably a longer recovery. I'm just surprised that you're so functional. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, very active commenting. And like,
Ooh, is it on a button? That's the best. Problem is, it's like a maximum button. Like, you can't, like...
they cut you off.
Well, you could push it all you want, but they'll only let it actually work like once every
So is
however.
it like psychological? Do you think that you're... Or are you in so
No,
much pain at that point?
I mean,
you
I
know?
knew. Yeah, I knew. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah. No, I knew. Yeah.
I just saw something I forgot. Robert Hastings, we live in Texas because you don't have to shovel rain, but no rain this year either.
We've got a lot of rain.
All right, SF has a question.
Okay.
Leslie, do you have any collections, or does Dylan's hobbies take too much living space? What do you think?
You have a knife collection of your own.
It's this big. Like, it doesn't have to have its own container or wall decoration.
This is work. Do you have... You don't collect stuff, though.
No, I don't.
She's not a collector of stuff. That being said, you do stuff. So you don't play guitar. Like, the guitar thing is not at all. But you do have knives, and you do go to the range with me, and you do partake in those hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your hobbies.
Yeah, but you don't have to do it. So you could not do it if you... Wait a minute. Wait
I don't have any.
a minute. You have...
Oh, okay. What do I have?
Okay.
He's trying to call me out, y'all. Bring it on.
You don't just have a pistol.
Okay.
It's like rose gold with
It's a little bougie.
flowers,
It's a little bougie.
with a matching switchblade, with
Matching holster.
a matching holster, and matching... let me just say that I'm not the only one in really enthusiastic Facebook groups spending money on stuff that is... You have your own department over
The
there.
only thing I've spent money on since I joined that group that was probably unnecessary and ended up being necessary was the loader. It was $30. It's in your range bag.
You bought the Mantis X too. No, I bought the Mantis X, but you wanted it.
I told you about it and you just bought it. That's what you do.
Well, that is what I do. Yeah. I'm like, oh, you mentioned this? Oh, we should just get it.
Yeah. And I have one.
Yeah, you do have one.
One.
I told you the other day if there was something else you came across that you wanted, I'd get it. But you haven't bid on that yet.
You don't get to blame that on me.
I built that AR and I was like, and it's so fun. It's so fun to shoot. And I'm like, you need a purple one.
No, I don't. I'm not going to have one either.
Oh, man.
Let's see. So that was a great little point out there.
That was awesome.
Really funny.
Yeah. She collects vitamins. And other
Those are consumable.
And
though.
other health-related experiments.
Yes. On myself. I don't buy him anything because he will never do it.
No.
Never.
No.
It's ridiculous.
No. But the getting up at 7 o'clock and hanging out every day and doing all this stuff means that when you're like, I'm going to go buy something, I don't care. And when I say that, she doesn't care. Like, as long as we're just doing stuff. It's just fun.
Oh.
I don't have to hide my guitars or my guns or my knives or anything. I don't do any of that crap.
Galaxy Stranger 01 says, I collect vintage erotica from 2023. That's funny.
Like digital or...
Look, people thought we were... Curtis Chavez, Dylan is getting the guitar talk.
Nope.
Vinny's World said, oh no, now we gotta see this. Show and tell, please.
Nope.
Oh, we need to see that ensemble in a nice photo. I do have a photo.
She has a photo of it.
Is that's your Mac?
Yeah.
I could show it. Hang on. I mean, it's just it's not the holster or any of that stuff, but I do have the photo readily available.
If you just airdrop it over here.
I will do that right now.
I should say, the knife was mine, and she stole it.
I didn't steal it. He willingly gave it to me.
I
This
did.
is the only... So if you watched our knife video, and I told you there was an exception to why I had this knife, this is why I have this knife, and it doesn't fit the theme of the rest of my knives.
Yeah, because she does black and purple everything. Oh, it kind of got big. Hang on.
They just want to see it. They don't want to see us.
No, I know. I was trying to shrink it
it.
down because it's
Why did it do that?
It's way too big.
Can't you just turn it off and then fix it?
Maybe.
Not bad. Oh.
Let's see. Anyway, that's it. So it's a rose gold SIG and a rose gold ProTech. And see how it has engraved roses on the... Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Boom. That's it.
Oh, Vinny's World says, Dylan and Leslie, you know we need an episode on your other channel on this.
So, we will do firearms related content on Patreon only. Because I don't want to risk the monetization of my channels. So we will not do that. So what we will probably do, I was thinking about the other day, we should do like just take a GoPro to the range and just like, you know, like that kind of thing and share that stuff on Patreon, but I'm not going to put it on my YouTube channel. Because then you get into monetization issues. But we do enjoy it. I went today with Brianna. Our daughter has that same pistol, but smaller.
Same but different.
Same but different. She has a regular one, not the fancy one. She shot good today. She did good.
Doc said he just got here. He had a massive emergency to tend to.
Oh, man. I was wondering where he was.
I hope it was a patient, but I hope it was work-related and not personal, I guess.
Oh,
is
yeah,
what
yeah,
I would
yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
I hate that anybody had an emergency, but...
I thought about you last night, Doc. I did something yesterday, and man, that tooth hurt so bad. I wanted to cry last night. And then this morning I woke up and it was fine. So we're still dealing with some sensitivity from that junk.
Also, while we're talking about the range, you can't see it on the camera, but Dylan has this perfect circle burn right here where he is right here, honey.
Oh,
where he got himself today.
Yeah, so I was shooting my rifle, and you're at a range. You're in indoor range, 25-yard indoor range, and the wall's like right here. So when the rifle ejects the casing, it bounces off the wall. Well, with a 9mm, it's no big deal because there's room for it to go, or like a pistol. But with the rifle, it just goes so hard, and it like bounced off the wall, and the end of the case, the open end of the case, I know that's what happened because I felt it. I thought it would cut me at first. The open end of the casing, which was still hot because it came out of it's 223, hit me right on the end and burned my face. I was like, I have never.
But it's a perfect little circle.
But it's a perfect little circle, like paper punch almost. A little burn on my face.
Oh, Mr. Go said, how many comments as of right now? It's fire tonight. 626.
I love this. And how many people?
83.
83, 82. Yeah.
Oh, man. He said it was an 8-year-old patient.
Oh,
he's all good.
that
Sorry
sucks.
about your tooth.
Yeah, it's going to get worked out. I've got appointments to get it all sorted out, and I think everything's going to be fine now. I appreciate Doc's help in coaching me through that situation.
Oh, so this Daryl P said I've always carried 1911s. There is one gun I would want, but it's ridiculous.
Which one?
The one I had at Blade Show.
Oh, you want a staccato?
That thing was amazing.
Oh, say less.
No, don't buy that. It's so expensive. Don't buy that. But that was nice. Like, there is nothing I've held that was that slick. I would probably never want to touch my regular gun again.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Which is why I shouldn't have one.
We will have one. That's on my list.
Oh,
that gun is
man.
on my list. I want it. But you're right. It's
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. But that's why. Because it is the one. Like, there's nothing. So, that's why I want to see a KDS 9C Kimber in person. Because if you can get the same thing for $1,000 less,
Yeah.
then maybe. But I don't think so. That staccato it's the one. I would sell stuff to get that. Probably not, actually.
Flying Beaver, that's the guy in the hospital. Pretty soon the cute nurse works alternate evenings is going to come in and take my temp and all that good stuff.
Wait, is she cute before you hit the button or after you hit the button?
Aww.
Oh, I love it. Oh, man. Pretty caught up?
I think so. People are,
Good.
Edge of Eternity 101. Is that like a class?
That's a great name.
Edge of Eternity 101. What's the 102 or 201 version? Get some organic cloves and put it with green tea. It helps with tooth pain. I bet we have cloves and green tea.
Mm-hmm. I bet we do.
I do collect tea also.
She does collect tea. And anything related to tea. Like all of the things. If
And
there
the
is
silly things. I have a itty bitty little plate, like the tea bag holder with a tea bag on it. And it says drop it like it's hot.
and anything Japanese cooking related, so like
Oh, yeah, that was bad. What was that cooking store we went to?
that place
It was in
awesome.
Boulder. Huh?
Yeah.
I could have bought all the things.
Yeah. So we have the fanciest rice cooker ever.
Hot water pot.
Hot water pot for tea and coffee. We use it for coffee too. And all of she has a drawer full and it's all like these ones don't have caffeine. These ones do. These ones come in little baggies that look like little leaves. These ones have, like, this one's...
To steepen. Yeah.
This one's the one with the little thing where you put the leaves in it because there's no bag. Like, we ain't talking Lipton around here, you know? So, it's... Yeah. And then you have the little... the cast iron one on the little trivet.
I don't know.
Do we still have that one? Mm-mm. We don't. Maybe we don't have that one anymore. Because when we moved into the motorhome, we got rid of some of that stuff. But yeah, and we have a whole coffee section too, because we have 2 grinders and like 4 different ways to make coffee.
I have a drawer of cardboard boxes with tea, and you have like 6 ways to make coffee, including 3 machines. Mm-hmm. And that's not even what you use every day.
Nope.
You use my hot water pot that you're saying is too bougie.
It's awesome. When we first got married, I thought that thing was going to be like adding to the electric bill and being all stupid, but it's like the coolest thing ever.
It lived in the motorhome with us.
Yeah.
When we parked for a week, it got filled up and used.
Mm-hmm. That thing's neat. It works good.
I love it. Why have they learned so much about us tonight?
I don't know. Because they asked, I guess.
Doc says, cloves do help with tooth pain, but don't use it long term. It will burn the gums.
So what I've been doing...
You guys need an old school Russian samovar for tea. What's that?
I don't know.
Is that an alcohol?
We should.
It's Doc. It's got to be an alcohol.
No, it's... Text me
It's a
whatever
tea?
that is. We should get that. Because if he says it and it's Russian, it's probably really cool. Because he knows that stuff. Anything Russian.
So, Flying Beaver said, my nurse looks like the best part out of some anime cosplay game.
That's amazing.
Oh, man.
Does she go like, lightning?
Oh, Sir Sneaker Pimp said, I understand your pain about your tooth, but I had 5 pulled on Monday and getting implants. I had a bone graft too. That's
His
rough.
boobs are going to look amazing.
My goodness.
My mom had that done.
It's on both sides of your family? Mm-hmm. You don't stand a chance.
No, I do. My doctor, he's like, your teeth are awesome. He's like, we just got to make sure they don't fall out, and we got to fix this one spot.
Oh, yeah. No big deal. Just
No
make
big
sure
deal.
they don't fall out.
Well, it's just this one spot. It'll get fixed next month.
Yeah, Vinny's World. I always tell myself each grinder is for a different grind. Precisely why we have 2.
Exactly. Because you can't have your...
Oh, samovar is a tea kettle. Teapot.
You cannot have your pour over. Here's the problem. I have an espresso machine.
I'm looking that up right now.
I have an espresso machine with a grinder for that. And to change it over...
That's fancy.
Ooh. Yeah, we should have get that.
Shoulda? We shoulda get that?
So I want one of those.
That looks like very scientific.
Because that looks pretty cool. And I want to get a cold brew thing. The big, tall, like Peter
but it
McKinnon
said it's
version.
used to like heat and keep hot water. I already have that. Oh, but that's like a little tiny teapot. I don't know what these are.
Is it short and stout?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Doc, send me what's authentic, because I'm sure that the internet can lead me astray.
Yeah, because one of the things you'll learn about us too is we will do research on stuff. And like you can go, like for example, our singing bowls that are in many of the guitar photos. You can go to Earthbound or wherever stupid store in the mall that smells like hippies and buy...
He doesn't like patchouli,
I
by
hate
the way.
patchouli oil. I hate it. It's PTSD.
And sweet potatoes.
Same reason. I don't like buying like the... Okay, so you could go to Earthbound or wherever and you can get a singing bowl. No, I want to know where they're made and make sure they're made by somebody from Tibet and that they're like legit and where they come from.
So
and
it
stuff.
is that. That's what Doc just sent me.
That thing is sick.
Do they make them without birds?
Well, there's probably different authenticities of... I wonder if it's like what...
Oh, this is hand painted.
That's,
Oh, it's a phoenix. That doesn't really count as a bird.
No, it doesn't. How much is that thing?
I don't.
Woo!
That's Canadian.
Oh, so it's probably like $35 if it's $600 Canadian. If it's $600 Canadian, it's probably like $17.
Thanks, Doc. Ty Tracy said PTSDTT. That's a shirt. That's a shirt.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Anyway,
Good one, Ty. Good one.
That's pretty good.
Good one.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess we should let these people go to bed. As
Curtis
in,
Chavez.
We should go to bed.
Curtis Chavez says, "What about second breakfast?"
I don't ever eat first breakfast. What is second breakfast? That's a thing
I don't know.
here.
Peter Moore said, "My question about PRS pickups." So Peter, that's what off topic and no guitars. Pickups go in guitars.
Yeah. If you want
Catch us next week.
catch us next week. We're about done anyway, so. I don't know, unless super chats keep happening or people keep asking really funny questions. I will buy that thing. That thing is cool.
Oh, he said you can go simple or fancy. Oh, that's his. He said that's his.
So what I was getting at with the Earthbound thing is we try to find like the real thing. Like when I bought my first Japanese knife. We went to a place and it's not just like a Shun or something. I didn't want like a factory knife. I wanted like a proper Japanese hand forged, something made by some old dude and then sharpened by a different old dude, and this is the team, and this is, so we like that stuff. So whenever we buy something, I try to, especially with that kind of thing, like the coffee thing and whatever, I'll wait around and save up and try to get like the legit thing, not like the copy of it, I guess. I don't want the Harley Benton.
I don't know anything about Russian things.
I don't want the Harley Benton one of those.
No?
No. I want like the legit one.
He said it's the bottom tank holds the hot water, the top holds a concentrated tea, then you mix it to your liking.
Interesting. Oh, 4 thumbs down. I said something about Harley Benton.
Oh,
Harley Benton, Harley Benton, Harley Benton. I just want to
this
say
is
that.
one of those things like you get a personal picture, so then you're like zooming in and looking at all the things. I'm like, actually, the first thing I noticed, Doc, was the chopstick, and I was like, oh, I bet he uses chopsticks for just random things like I do.
Yeah.
Because I use chopsticks for everything.
Yep. She uses chopsticks. So, random. Her grandma was Japanese. I know she looks exactly like that. So, we have all of the Japanese stuff. So, all of that stuff. Actually, tomorrow, well, I think it came in today in UPS, but I have to go get it. I actually got a legit Japanese restaurant cutting board. And it's the thing where it's like wood in the middle and it's like laminated with other stuff on the outside so that your proper Japanese knife doesn't get like chipped up and stuff when you use it. So yeah, that came from some Japanese supply kitchen store in New York, but it's from Japan. Yeah, pretty cool. I think it came today.
See, I think this is like blase YouTube. That's how I want to read it anyway. I don't know if that's what that is, but Dylan is all about authenticity. That's why we're here.
I just think it's cool to
Paul
know about
McNary
stuff.
has been really quiet. He said,
Hey, Paul.
Leslie and Dylan, as always, it has been much fun tonight. Take care. Thanks for being you.
Thanks, man. And
Thanks
it's
for
10
being
o'clock.
you.
And so, yeah, we've gone long tonight. How many people are on right now? Before we start saying 72. Cool. Well, thanks, you guys.
See, told you 70.
Well, it's been more than that until
Whatever.
Last
72 right now.
they didn't want to hear about Russian.
694 4. Oh, and Robert Hastings stayed the entire time. He never gets to watch us live,
No,
and he stayed the entire time.
thank you.
I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed
This might
it.
be the most comments we've ever had on any of these.
Oh, really?
I'm going to go look when we get done. It's pretty cool. This is why we do it. I think I almost end every one of these like that. I just love it. It's so fun. It's fun to not talk about guitars with your friends for a while. Knowing that tomorrow morning, or as soon as we click off of here,
Oh, we didn't talk about it.
you
There's
can
a
go
couple.
to Dylan Talks Tone and order stuff right now.
Yeah, and there's a new shirt. He showed that in the first hour.
Yep.
And there's also new shirts on Dylan and Leslie.
Oh, yeah.
.com, but
Dylan,
there's only a couple. I didn't put them all up.
DylanandLeslie.com has a couple of new shirts. And I was talking to Brianna today.
Mm-hmm.
Her and I are going to experiment with the painting that she painted for you.
As a print.
As a on-canvas print. We're going to try to take photos of it and get it reproduced in reproducible prints.
We should
On
just
canvas.
buy it first and see if it
And
works.
buy it and see if it's good. Yeah.
Well,
and she'll
apparently
sign
I
them.
can buy 3 things a month at some discount. I've never bought any sample products.
Yep. I
I
can do
just-
the same thing with t-shirts. That's how I get all my t-shirts. Yep. Yeah.
I should do that.
Cool. You guys, this has been fun. We will see you Monday with a video about Jimi Hendrix.